Susan Marie Koski, 222B141202. Who's your lawyer, ma'am?
No.
Okay, you can come on up.
Pardon me?
Come on up to the podium. Your name?
Susan Marie Koski.
You're charged with a violation of probation. You have two different violations. Three. Hang on. Failure to submit to twice monthly chemical testing is ordered on January 12th. Failure to submit to twice monthly chemical testing is ordered on January 26th. And failure under count 3 to provide proof of completing your community service by February 1 of 23. Those are 3 different technical violations. That would make 4. That means, plus you had another one. You've had 1, 2. So this would be 5 violations. Your probation could be revoked. You could be incarcerated for up to 93 days. You have the right to a lawyer. I'll be happy to provide you with one here today at public expense if you would like one. Would you like one?
Well, I need to tell you that
I just need to know
my community service is done, and my probation officer has proof of it.
I just need to know.
I'm sorry.
If you want a lawyer.
I guess, yeah.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna send you out, you'll speak to a lawyer, and then you're coming back in here, okay?
Okay, yeah.
Your lawyer. Thank you. People, 2 prior technical violations, so your probation could be revoked and you could be jailed for up to 93 days. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Well, Judge, I think there's a 3rd violation, also not completing community service by February 1st. She's pleading guilty to that also, even though she has completed it now.
No, but I mean, she has 2 priors.
There's 3 today.
I know,
Yeah,
so
okay.
so that's where I was getting a 5. So do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign, read, and understand the advice of rights?
Yes, sir.
You plead nice and loud for me. If you
Yes,
plead guilty,
yes, sir.
You plead guilty, you'll be giving up all of those rights, and there will be no hearing. Do you understand that?
No.
If you plead guilty, we're not going to have a contested hearing as to whether or not you went to chemical testing.
You didn't go to testing, correct? You didn't do those tests in January.
Correct.
So you do not want to have a hearing about that issue.
No.
Do you understand what I said?
Yes.
So if you plead guilty, we're not going to have a hearing.
Yes.
To the
Okay.
charge that you failed to submit to twice monthly chemical testing is ordered on January 12 of 23. How do you plead?
Sorry, my head's foggy.
Well,
You got a cold.
if you want to have a seat and regroup, you can do that. I don't
No.
have a problem.
Do you mind just asking that question again?
To the charge that you failed to submit to twice monthly chemical testing as ordered on January 12 of 23. How do you plead?
Guilty.
To the charge that you failed to submit to twice monthly chemical testing as ordered on January 26 of 23. How do you plead?
Guilty.
To the charge that you failed to provide proof of completing your community service in this case by February 1 of 23. How do you plead? By February 1 of 23. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Did you fail to provide proof of completing your community service by that date? Ma'am, listen to my question, please.
I am
Ma'am,
listening.
look at me and listen. I don't want you looking at the floor. Just talk to me. Did you, to the charge that you failed to provide proof of completing your community service by February 1 of 23, how do you plead?
I plead guilty, but I had it done by then.
The charge is failure to provide proof. How do you plead with that?
Guilty.
Did you fail to provide proof of completion by February 1 of 23?
Yes,
Did
guilty.
you fail to submit the testing as ordered on January 12 and again on January 26 of 23?
Guilty. Yes.
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No.
Pleas are accepted. Ms. Wild's your name.
Elizabeth Wells.
What's going on with it?
Your Honor, in regards to community service, Ms. Koski showed in the probation department on Friday, dropped off proof. She did not complete her community service until March 3rd. So she did not complete it by the due date or provide, as I know that you were just indicating. It is, however, nonetheless done at this point in time and at nonprofit facility. In regards to testing, I did address those two misses with her at her last appointment. I want to make sure that the court's aware that she also missed her second test in February 24th, coming into the office and hearing. We see that. When I spoke with her, she blamed her no-shows on depression, lack of ride, money, a variety of items. I did delay this show cause so that she could get herself back into treatment or resume treatment in effort that she would comply with her terms and conditions. So I did receive updated proof of treatment. However, again, with that now third no-show, I didn't add it to the show cause. Again, going through the records, we see that she just is not testing the way she's supposed to. What concerns me is the prior violation. Again, I've addressed with her, she was positive for alcohol, a few months ago, prior violation, but I am concerned about her drinking right now.
What do you recommend here?
At this point, Your Honor, I mean, she's on probation until January 24th, so we have plenty of time. I don't think any type of extension is needed. But I am concerned again about drinking. We have a whole month in which there was no testing. And I understand her financial and right issue, but the only way I can confirm that she's not not drinking is if she's testing. I recommend we bump back up to weekly chemical testing and that she do an additional number of hours of community
She's just not
service.
gonna do it though.
And that's where I'm at, Your Honor.
So is that, she's gonna force me to put her in jail, is what she's gonna force me to do. I mean, she's making me put her in jail. This is one of those situations where I'm hiding the keys behind me and they're gonna dig in here. They're gonna break in late at night. They're gonna find the keys and they're gonna go sit in jail. That's what I have here with Ms. Koski. This has been going on with you, ma'am. This has been going on. Mr. Haynes, what would you like to say?
Judge, I think increased testing is appropriate.
I know, but how many-
The problem's obvious.
Why are you doing this? Tell me why you're forcing me to put you in jail.
I'm not trying to.
But what am I supposed to do? I gotta make sure you're staying clean. I'm trying with you.
I am clean.
I don't.
I know that.
Listen,
I know
wait,
that.
You don't show up, as far as we're concerned, you're using.
I know, but I'm not.
Well,
I've just had a lot of things going on in the family.
you live in
A lot of things going on, and then I see my psychiatrist. I have major depressive disorder, and I was supposed to have a letter from him today, but he canceled my appointment last Monday for Wednesday, for this
How do you
Wednesday.
get hit to him? You do it by Zoom?
Yes, he won't see nobody. He's got COVID phobia, I think.
Is DNA open today?
Pardon, Your
Is
Honor?
DNA open today?
I don't believe so. I would have to look at my calendar. I honestly did not look this morning, Judge.
I'm gonna adjourn the sentence. I'm accepting your pleas to come to test today if they're not open today,
We can send
tomorrow.
the on-site, Your Honor.
Yeah, defendant to test today. So that's what I'm doing, ma'am. If I expect you to go for that test today, I'm giving you a personal bond of $1,000. Personal bond of $1,000. What do we have here? 2, 3, 6, 20. You are going to test today. If you don't test today, I'm sending you to jail. You understand? You understand?
Yes, I do, sir.
I don't think you're gonna test negative. I know you're not gonna test negative. So you wanna just admit it now, or you wanna either not show up for your test or just admit to me that that you've been drinking? You got about
I had
12 seconds to answer my
I
question.
had
I know.
NyQuil and I had a glass of wine 3 days ago.
Well, you're drinking and that's why you're not showing up. You just got done telling me you're clean. You're not clean.
But sir,
Listen, my turn to talk. I don't like people lying to me. You are not, this is no great revelation when you tell me you had a glass of wine. I don't believe that. I think you had more than one glass, and I think you did it a lot more than you're letting on. I don't think there's any doubt in my mind but that you're drinking a lot. But you want to sit there and play this with me that I'm clean, I don't have a ride. You're gonna have to find some other judge in some other country because I'm not buying it. And I'm tired of hearing it. I mean, I'm trying to keep you out of jail, and I meant what I said. You will not let me do that. You're going to make me send you to jail. That's what you're going to make me do. Go test today. I want you tested. You don't show up, I'm issuing a warrant. I will have them come pick you up. Do we understand one another?
And if I'm not negative,
Do we understand
Well,
what I just said?
yes, we do.
Good.
Are you going to put me in jail?
I don't know what I'm going to do. I know I'm not going to allow this nonsense to continue. Give me a date, Lisa, next week. When's Mr. Haynes here again?
Judge, I'm probably here in 2 weeks.
That's too far. Give me a date next week, Lisa.
I don't know if he's here next week. Let me check the schedule.
Judge, I'm here doing arraignments next week. Looks like Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday.
Good. Let's do it next Wednesday. That is the, what, 15th?
Yep.
At 8:30 in the morning, ma'am. 15th at 8:30. Thank you very much. Oh, boy. Just wrote on the wrong one here.
I've been working really hard.
You're not working hard
I've done
enough.
all the therapies, everything.
Yeah.
So,
Man,
you know, I love
I
it.
don't know what I can do for you. I just don't know what I can do for you. Bring in Brownstown. Go down the hall and get your notice, Ms. Koski. I'm going to try to work with you, but you cannot lie to me. You
Right.
cannot lie to me. And I am telling you, I was given a gift. And if you sit here for 28 years, you have to be really, really not very intelligent to be able to pick it up.
Your Honor, she can come down to probation.
People against Robert James Briscoe. Nicholas Brown. Is that yours, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor.
People against Nicholas James Brown, 22B 140-4418.
Good morning. May it please the court, Derwood Hanscraft and Nicholas Brown. This is Probation Officer Tassino's matter. Mr. Brown's pleading guilty to the violation.
Sir, your name?
Nicholas Brown.
All right, I need to review my notes. January the 23rd, I took a plea to him being positive for alcohol and cocaine. I noted that he was inpatient. It's going to take me a minute to read my writing. I think it says in Canton.
Yeah, he was at Oakdale.
At Hagera is what I wrote down. Were you at Hagera?
Yes, sir.
And then I said, set to be discharged February 5th, then to go to transitional housing for up to 3 months. That's what I was told, correct?
Yes, sir. I was kicked out of that program.
Okay. What would you like to say?
Judge, Mr. Brown, he's been struggling with alcohol. As far as going forward, he's looking for another chance. He can go back into a 28-day inpatient back at Oakdale again. And obviously the court's got a concern, since he hasn't stopped drinking yet, that he would be willing to wear a tether upon his discharge from there. It's my understanding he's got a very limited criminal history.
But I do want you to be aware, I know sometimes these papers here, he was positive for amphetamines, Adderall, and he pled guilty to that back on October 3 of 22. That was a first violation. I assessed costs of 108 hours of community service. He then was back again for another violation, and that was back on December the 12th. He pled guilty to consuming alcohol, and I gave him one additional day on the court work program, $100 in cost, 100, and he had to pay a $35 fee for the court work program. I told him he was to be back in IOP by December 27 of 22, and he was to test bi-weekly for 8 weeks, then bi-weekly. And so then we are here again, and he tests positive on another one for alcohol and cocaine. I was looking to give him a break, because I figured, hey, he got himself into the Guerra, but I'm not gonna give him the benefit of that when he's kicked out of the program. Why was he kicked out of the program? Does
Just
Emily know I'm
backing up,
waiting? Dean?
he did complete
Emily know?
the,
1 second. Does Emily know I'm waiting?
yes. So he did complete the inpatient portion of the program. It was when he was in the transitional part of it. That's the program.
Why was he kicked out?
Mr. Brown?
Sir, I'm not trying to come up, no excuses or
I
anything.
just want to know why you're kicked out.
I hit the 3-strike mark. There was homework, and there were rules and stipulations. I didn't complete the homework on time and return it on the due date. My video was going in and out, and then I fell asleep on one of the groups at the end, on the last group of the day. I had a headache, so I laid down for a second, and the next thing I knew, I woke up and
For a
everybody was
second?
off group.
What's a second mean? Not a second. How long?
I messed up, Your Honor.
Mr. Brown, just be honest with me. Look at me in the eye. Be honest with me and tell me what happened.
I messed up.
Why? You didn't lay down for a second. That was strike 3.
Yeah.
It wasn't a second. How long did you lay down?
20 minutes.
20 minutes. Well, now what? Now what am I supposed to do besides send him to jail? I mean, really, I'm trying to give him chances, you know, but
And Judge, as I indicated, his insurance would cover another 28-day stay and any conditions that follow. He'd be willing to do that, and he would be able to maintain employment if he had that opportunity.
I'm trying to. Well, I'd like to hear from Ms. Tessino. She must be tied up with something. Can you just have a seat for 1 minute? Let me go on to something else here and then I'll come back. Same testing. Nicholas Brown. Nicholas James Brown, 22B1404418. So, Ms. Tessino, your name? Mr. Brown, your name?
Nicholas Brown.
Sherwood Hansbeck, Nicholas Brown.
So, this is his 3rd violation. He pled guilty. This one's to being positive for cocaine and alcohol. He went inpatient, completed the inpatient, was kicked out of the transitional housing. I don't know if you're aware of that.
Yes,
What is your recommendation?
and I did want you to know that in between, so he completed inpatient on February 5th, and he entered transitional housing at safe step on February 9th. He did his first test at safe step was positive for alcohol on February 9th.
Anything else, counsel?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Brown?
No, sir.
Any recommendations?
It's difficult to make a recommendation because I do think Mr. Brown acknowledges that he has a severe substance use issue, and we're trying to provide him help. But this is now, he was kicked out for falling asleep in IOP, and we've already dealt with this, and he was going to IOP through Hygera. It's hard to make a recommendation for treatment when he's not complying with it.
Judge, maybe Ms. Tessino knows this already, but they would take him back for another inpatient stay.
Where,
Oakdale.
when can you go?
As soon as I get a call, I'm on the waiting list. I forgot to call this morning. I called yesterday and I thought I was gonna get a call back.
So I want you to listen.
Okay.
These are difficult. At some point, you have to make up your mind. You're gonna go to treatment. You're gonna apply what you learn, You're gonna test, you're not gonna use, you're gonna test negative, you're gonna be successful going through treatment. Giving you chance after chance, I already went back on this. It's sent to the court, that you pay additional costs of $125, that you be incarcerated for the next 6 days, that you test weekly for 3 months. When's he scheduled to come off probation? Then bi-weekly for 3 months. I gave him August 3rd, I gave him 12 months probation. I can still stick with that for duration of probation. I want to think about what we do going forward to try to get him better, but also you're gonna be on a SoberLink device within 24 hours of the date of your release from jail for 75 days. Now, I don't know, maybe I can have him go back to intensive outpatient again or aftercare.
We had started talking with, or I had started talking to Higuera prior to inpatient about making him attend IOP in person to
Yeah.
eliminate him falling asleep.
Yeah, defendants who attend IOP and complete it in person. I wish you well, I really do. Can you pay this today?
No, sir, I can't.
Pay by,
I
I'm gonna just give you a date way out. I'm not that interested in the money. This isn't a business. I'm gonna give you until May the 1st to pay your $125. If you need more time, you
All right, thanks.
oh, we'll call him back in. My mistake.
No, that's okay. Thank you so much.
You're all set. Good luck, folks. Thank you. Lucas Roy
Okay.
Gayer, 22B 708561. Your name?
Lucas Roy Gator.
You have the right to a lawyer here today, Mr. Gayer. I'm happy to provide you with one. You have 2 charges. Failure to attend 3 days on the core work program. Failure to pay fines and costs. Would you like a lawyer?
No,
You sure?
yes.
You waive your right to a lawyer?
Well, with an
I'm just
explanation,
asking you, I'm
yes,
just asking if
yes.
you're waiving your right to a lawyer.
yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna arraign you. Those are the 2 charges. Failure to attend the court work program, 3 days, and failure to pay fines and costs. I'll take these as only 2 technical violations, so you could get 10 days.
Can I give
Hang
you this
on.
paper?
Hang on. You need to listen.
All right,
Listening. It's a virtue. You understand what I've
yes,
said?
sir.
Did you sign, read, and understand the advice of rights?
Yes,
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights. There will be no hearing or trial. Do you understand that?
yes, sir.
All right. You still wish to waive your right to a lawyer?
Yes,
To the charge, and I need either a not guilty or a guilty.
not guilty.
Hang on, let me finish.
Okay,
To the charge that you failed to attend 3 days on the court work program, how do you plead?
not guilty.
To the charge that you failed to pay fines and costs as ordered, how do you plead?
Guilty.
You failed to pay your fines and costs as ordered.
Yes.
I need Emily. Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No,
Did I not tell you that you were to pay 120 a month starting October 10th?
yes, sir.
Did I not tell you that if you didn't have the money, call the court on or before the due date, you and I would go on Zoom, or you could walk in and you and I would discuss it? If I failed to tell, hang on, let me finish. If I failed to tell you that, then I'm gonna apologize, but that's what I tell everybody that walks in that needs a payment plan.
To be honest, I do not recall.
Well, I could check the tape if you want.
Oh, that, I'm not gonna deny, or you could have, I don't recall. There was just a lot going on at that moment.
I'm gonna get probation over here.
Okay,
I'm going to accept your guilty plea to failure to pay fines and costs. We're gonna have a hearing as to whether or not you failed to attend the court work program in this case. I'll listen to the testimony, and then I'll make a determination, and then I will sentence you on one or both of the violations. Any questions?
Emily just told me to bring this
I
paperwork.
just asked if you had any questions.
No, I don't.
Mr. Sino, your name?
Ellen, you know, on behalf of the
He
probation.
pled guilty as the count 2, not guilty as the count 1. Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm under penalties of perjury that the testimony you will give in these proceedings will be the whole true self you got.
I do.
And as to you, you can testify or remain silent. After she's done testifying, you can ask her questions.
Okay,
If you choose to testify, I'll swear you in.
all right.
Okay, go ahead.
If he was ordered to complete 3 days on the court work program, I had initially scheduled him 3 days. He had brought to my attention some medical concerns. He reports severe back injury and he had surgery. But
When?
I never received documentation, so I believe that's what he brought today.
Do you have any questions of her? Do you have any questions of her?
No,
Do you wish to testify or do you wish to remain silent?
remain silent. I can testify. I haven't done anything wrong, per
Hang on,
se.
slow down. You're gonna testify, I have to swear you in.
Yeah, I'll testify.
Is that, are you sure?
Yes.
Listen. I just want you to slow down. Is that what you're sure you want to do? I'm not trying to talk you into it. I'm
No,
not trying to talk you out of it. Is that what you want to do?
yes,
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm under penalties of perjury that the testimony you'll give in these proceedings will be the whole true self you got.
yes.
Okay. What do you have?
This is doctor's notes pertaining to my back and injury. This was the
Did you have
first.
surgery?
Yeah,
When?
it was 2010, but the equipment.
13 years ago?
The equipment that was used was recalled. I have extreme nerve damage and.
Are you working?
No,
You're on social security
Yes, sir.
disability?
yes, sir.
When is that note dated from your doctor?
This was just the other day, which
Let me see it.
it's 2/16/23.
What's it say, Ms. Tessino?
There's the original.
It says due to patient back injury, he is unable to stand long periods at a time and must be able to change positions often. He is unable to lift no more than 7 to 10 pounds at a time. And it is dated February 16th and this one's dated December 22nd.
Good enough. I'll find you not guilty. Here's
Thank you,
what we're
Your Honor.
doing. Here's what we're doing.
Can I keep this?
Yes. Can you make me?
Okay.
Thank you.
However, you're going to complete community service. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but you're going to complete community service in lieu. I'm not going to just defendant to complete 3 days community service in lieu of court work program. Now, how much have you paid?
I can pay 100 a day. I'm not sure how much I've
That
paid.
was not my question. You paid 120 on October 14th, 120 November 28th, and nothing since. True?
Yes.
Why aren't you taking care of this?
I have limited income. I have enough to barely pay my bills and take care of my
How
daughter.
much do you receive in Social Security?
It's about 1,700.
What other forms of income do you have?
That's all.
Does he still owe, pull him up, Gay, or does he still owe 675? I mean, I think I gave you a pretty reasonable payment plan. I let you set it up. That's
I'm not
what-
arguing that whatsoever. It's just, again, I have limited what I do get and my bills are, well, surpass what I do get. So it's like a juggling act every month.
I don't mind working with you, but honestly, I'm gonna become annoyed if you ignore me again.
All right.
You have 100 today, right?
Yeah, I can go pay 100 today.
Pay 100 now. Now, give me a new payment plan. Can you still pay 120 or you want me to reduce it?
Can you reduce it, please?
Yeah. Pay 120 now.
I can pay 100 today.
I'm sorry, 100 now, then 80 per month, beginning 4/10/23,
Thank you.
and the 10th of every month.
Thank you.
Now, let's calculate, will that do it here? Let's see. So he'll be off in December.
I'm taking out the court work program fees.
Yeah, I'll reduce the court work program fees. Take out court work program fees too. So that'll save you $105. So we're taking out the 105 there. We're taking out, you can pay one, so that would take it 105, 570, 470, yeah, that'll cover it. You pay 80 a month starting April 10th. If you don't have the money, what are you gonna do?
We're old to you.
Well, you're not gonna call me on the phone. You're either gonna call the court and say I need to go on Zoom with Judge McNally at
Yes, yes.
8:30 in the morning on or before a due date,
Yes.
or you're gonna walk in. I'll be reasonable. Don't ignore me again.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Kate Aguirre Perez, 21R512241A.
Kathy Murphy for Mr. Perez, Your Honor, who's present before you.
Eric Wire Perez.
Counsel, give me 1 second here.
Okay.
So the defendant pled guilty to a disorderly person back on February 22nd. I referred him for a pre-sentence report, actually screening and assessment. Have you had the opportunity to review the report with him, and are there any material additions, corrections, or deletions?
Not to any of the information supplied by Mr. Perez, Your Honor.
All right. Is there anything you would like to say?
I do have some requests with respect to the recommendation, Your Honor.
Okay, let me first ask, is anybody here that was working at the particular business, Rebecca Cranen here by chance? Rebecca Cranen? All right, so the victim did not appear. All right, what would you like to say?
So Judge, Mr. Perez is working at the Metropolis downtown garage. He's 27 years old, lives with his mother in Ecorse. He attends church at Ecorse Ministry. He's taken care of all of his outstanding matters in other jurisdictions down here. And I didn't mean to qualify it as if there's something else somewhere else, just everything that I'm aware of, he's told me he's addressed or is addressing. The day after the offense, he was admitted to a mental hospital, and he stayed there for 3 months, Your Honor, and partially due to mistaken medication. But in any event, Your Honor, I think that 20 months is excessive. It's, you know, the new statute that allows Your Honor to discharge somebody after completing 50%, I don't think meant that we just double everything now.
I don't think they don't do that over there. I think they're doing it based on his record and some other factors here. I think that's a stretch, Ms. Murphy.
All right, Judge. Well, it just seemed excessive to me. I was going to ask you for.
He's on meth. He's acting crazy. He's got felony conviction, open intox, felony second-degree arson, felony larceny from a building, disorderly, 3 counts of R&C less than 1,000, which would have been a 1 year. Just another disorderly. He's only 27. So I don't think that was their intention to say, well, wink, wink, we'll make a 20-month recommendation with the understanding he can be off in 10.
Okay, Judge.
All right.
The only other thing is, because Mr. Perez works from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday at the garage, court work days, if they're during the week, are going to be very difficult for him. He only makes.
Is his mother here with him?
Sorry?
Is his mother here with him?
No. He only makes $15 an hour, Your Honor. I think it would be a big hardship for him to have to give up days of work.
Well, you know what? Sometimes people need hardships. You got to stop acting like this. What are you on meth for?
I wasn't on meth.
You told the police you were on meth.
I'm not exactly sure how he came about that, but I was not on meth.
But you were highly
I
intoxicated.
was highly intoxicated with alcohol, and he was convinced that I was mentally ill, and I was sent to a mental hospital. They misdiagnosed me, gave me the wrong medication. Came about that it was actual medical issue, EPS, and it affected my social skills, my motorizing skills and everything. And I'm better now after March 17th. So, but I do apologize for that incident. I was intoxicated. I should have done better that night.
And are you undergoing mental health treatment right now?
No.
So I want you to do that, okay?
Okay.
You gotta stop. I mean, you gotta get your life under control. You're racking up enough convictions. We don't get to commit felonies and multiple misdemeanors and expect judges not to send us to jail. I mean, that's where you're gonna be headed. So I don't know what to tell you, but I read this report and quite honestly, it scared me. It did. I mean, I realize look, I realize I don't want to be harsh about it. I realize mental health is an issue, but it's still one you have to deal with. It's like substance abuse. Some people have propensities to have certain issues arise. And all right, here's what I'm gonna do. Did I let you finish? Was there anything you wanted to say?
You let me finish, Judge.
Him? Did
Oh,
I
I'm
let-
sorry.
I'll also have been attending AA and just as you asked.
Okay, well, that's a good thing. You
He's
have
got
it.
his sheet right here, Judge.
How many times have you gone?
So these past 2 weeks I've gone
8 times.
All right. And Lisa, can you make sure that bond sheet gets in this file? That was part of the other charge. Somehow it got put in the B file. So I'm going to continue. I'm going to place you on probation for a period of 18 months. And here are your bond conditions. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court. You cannot violate any law or ordinance. If you change your address, your place of employment, or home telephone number, you must notify the probation department. You have to report as directed, no firearms. You're not to possess any firearms. You're not to possess dangerous weapons at all. You're not to return to 22855 Huron River Drive, that being the Rebel gas station. You're to attend and complete an intensive outpatient treatment program at a facility approved by probation. I do want you going to AANA twice a week until you're in intensive outpatient treatment, okay? Once you get in the IOP, you don't have to go anymore. I want you to continue attend mental health treatment. I want you to attend mental health treatment, and I want you to be in there quickly, okay? Attend and provide reports. So I mean, I've seen enough here where I don't even think I need a psychiatric evaluation. I think you need to go there, okay? So please start immediately. All right?
All right.
No alcohol, no illegal drugs, no marijuana. Submit to chemical testing, PBTs, and ETG tests. It's going to be bi-weekly for 2 months. I recognize that you don't have a lot of money, then it's going to be monthly, but if you're not clean, I'm going to make you go. I want you to you're not clean, I'm going to increase the testing substantially. Do you understand that? Do you understand that?
Yes, that should be
Okay.
no issue.
Now, so I'll give you 1 day credit from the arrest, 4 days jail credit, 1 serve 3. I'm going to have you serve 3 days on the court work program. There's a $35 a day charge for that for a total of $105. Fines $100, costs $50. I'm going to try to go light on the fine. 75 victims' rights, $50 justice assessment, $275. Screening fee is $60 for $335. There are probation fees of $360 for a total of $695, plus the court work program fees of $105. Your total is $800. I'll do this. There's really not much I can do. These are pretty much all mandatory. I'll make your fines $50, cost $50. So your total is $750. If you violate, your probation could be revoked. You could be incarcerated for 90 days. You may be eligible for early discharge if you're compliant. You have 21 days to appeal, 14 days to apply for a court-appointed lawyer for purposes of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Any questions?
No.
All right, good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
I wish you well. Ian. All right. Okay, People Against Martin Paul Stewart, 23B142843A. Good morning.
Good morning, Judge. Bill Clovis on behalf of Mr. Stewart.
Mr. Stewart, your name?
Martin Paul Stewart. Good morning, Judge.
So on February 15, your client pled guilty to disorderly. The original charge of resisting and obstructing an officer was dismissed. I referred him for a pre-sentence report. Have you had a chance to review that report?
Yes, Your Honor, my client actually has it with him right now. He's reviewed it, and I have nothing to add or delete, but certainly my client may.
Okay. Do you have anything to add or delete, sir?
No, sir.
All right, anything anybody would like to say?
I have nothing to say, Your Honor. I don't know if my client may.
Anything? Okay. Well, sir, you got a bad record. You really do. And you have no right talking to an officer and refusing to obey commands like this. I just find this conduct. You had a felony warrant out for your arrest, according to this report, and you got belligerent with him. I don't understand it. It wasn't his fault you were speeding. Okay? Do we understand one another?
Yes, sir.
I mean, this stuff about, no, I'm not giving it to you, I'm not required by law, catch me with the badge off, you piece of S. It's inappropriate. 12 months probation. Terms of probation are as follows. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate any law. You change your address, your place of employment, or home telephone number, you must notify probation. You have to report as directed. You may be eligible for early discharge if you comply. You're going to continue your personal counseling with Downriver Mental Clinic. And also anger management program. I'm going to order, I'll let you do a 4-week anger management with 4-week follow-up rather than 8-week follow-up. Fines are 100, cost 50, 75 victims' rights, $50 justice assessment, 275 probation fees are 240 for 515. You have a screening fee of 60 for 575. Now, he spent a few hours in jail that night. Is that true?
4 days.
How many days?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
On this case?
I got the tickets when I got out. It was in my personal belongings.
Is that true, Mr. Clovis?
I don't know, Your Honor. My client would know best. There's starting to be a breakdown between attorney-client relationship, and so that's why I would prefer if my client just answered your questions. Thank you.
The lawyer got this reduced. I don't know why you're upset with him. I mean, disorderly is better than resist and obstruct, Mr. Stewart. But again, I'm going to tell you, I think you got anger issues. I don't see any evidence here that you were ever in custody on this case. You were given a personal bond by me on February 15th. If they were holding you, it was because of a warrant that you were arraigned on the felony. But I will give you 1 day credit. So it's 4 days jail credit, 1 served 3. I'm going to have you do those on the court work program. So it's 3 days court work program in lieu of jail, total 105 on that. So in essence, total is up to 680. If you violate, your probation could be revoked. You could be incarcerated for 90 days. You have 21 days to appeal and 14 days to apply for a court-appointed lawyer. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Can you pay all of this today?
No, sir, I don't have that much.
How much do you have today?
On me, I have $500 on me.
Okay, you pay $500 now, and I'll just give you until.
But that was for Mr. Cole. I bought that.
No. You go ahead and pay all your fines.
No.
We'll take this up at another.
It's all right. It's all right. You pay $200 today. You pay $200 today. You can deal with Mr. Clovis on that amount. And
we'll take it up at another day, Your Honor. Honestly, you don't have to do anything for me whatsoever.
I'm going to have him pay $50 bi-weekly, and you're going to start that beginning March the 17th. If you ever don't have the money, you call the court. You and I will go on Zoom, or you can appear in court at 8:30 in the morning, on or before the due date, and I will be more than agreeable to giving you an extension. On the distracted driving, your total is $155. And I'm just gonna give you until May the 1st to pay on that one. So you'll have to incorporate that into the other payment plan. You can pay those sums when, as I outlined, sir?
What's that?
Okay, very good, Judge. Thank you very much.
Just give me 1 second. I didn't ask you to pay too much according to what you have, right? I don't want to set you up to fail. If you're telling me, Judge, I just can't pay at that rate, you tell me now.
Yeah, I don't want to set myself up. I know I want to pay him duly and then.
No, that's great, Judge. He could pay the whole 500 if he wants today.
It's okay.
I'll take it up with him somewhere else.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's gonna be a pleasure.
You stay on this and we'll go from
Stay
there.
on.
All right, good luck. Thanks,
Thanks,
guys.
Judge.
Thank you very much. Okay, Joseph Croft.
Sir, that's the podium, sir.
3W8311789. Your name?
Joseph Croft.
Seriously? That was your dad, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
I got goosebumps on my head. We used to go out with Shirley Inozinski 30
Yes.
years ago.
Kimmy was sister. Yeah, it was
Right.
all of us.
I am really, I can't tell you how badly I felt when I found out a couple of years after that he passed. I really liked him.
Oh, he thought the world of you, that's for sure.
I mean, I really liked him. I really did. And I don't know what else to say. When I saw you look just down now, and I don't look at my dockets, frankly, ahead on things like this, certainly. I just thought, oh my God, it's got to be his kid. Well, the
Yeah.
officer failed to appear. You're a winner. Congratulations. What do you do for a living?
I'm a truck driver.
Like he was.
Yes, sir.
And I represented him on that one accident he had in Marshall. It was the courthouse was in Marshall, so it was that county.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly where.
That was 1988 when the guy hit him and it tore up his back and got in a huge accident. Yeah.
Right. And so here I am. Let's see, I was 30 in 1988, huh?
Mhm.
Dean's about 9 or 11 days older than me. So I get to kid him. Not really. At our age, you don't kid anybody. Well, it was good to see you. I
Good to
wish
see
you
you.
well. The case is dismissed. Have a great day.
Yeah, you too. Thank you, sir.
Take care. Bye now.
On a personal thing, if you want to take my email down, stay in contact.
Give me
All right.
it. Give it to him. Give it to him. Take care of
You don't want
yourself.
me to write down truck driver.
That's okay. He'll deal with it. Have a great day. Susan Marie Koski, is the lawyer ready on that?
He said he'd come in.
Okay. I'm going to take a 5-minute recess here.
I'm gonna go see.
No, just let him finish up and we'll go from there, okay? Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
Stay seated, everybody. Well, I guess there's nobody in here.
Take care. See you later. That's it. Thanks. All right.
So though, you can go down the window if you want to get something seen up.
Master Mason and
Oh, I got it, okay.